So I guess first off, could you tell us the story of how you landed your job? Was it, did a recruiter reach out to you? Did you apply for a position? How many interviews did you have to go through? And sort of what was that process like? And how did the story end? I know that's the most exciting part for me. So I would love to hear that from your perspective.
Yeah, so I was applying for jobs on LinkedIn, Indeed, just to, have hold of any opportunity coming my way for Salesforce admin or business analyst. So how this role happened, I was applying on jobs on Indeed very less because I was mostly on LinkedIn. So, but I had updated my resume there on Indeed. And one fine day, a recruiter reached out to me through Indeed saying that, they have matched my resume to a job and how everything in the job description was matching to what was there on my resume. So it was a great opportunity for me because everything on job description was matching with my resume along with the preferred qualifications were matching. So I had 3 rounds. The first 2 were the phone interviews and third was a blend of technical round as well as the behavioral questions round where it was grilling. There were so many questions asked in that half an hour. But then the next week itself, like after 4 days, I got to know that I have landed a job. And it was the most exciting news for me in this time period where in this my journey of Salesforce.
When did you actually get the job offer? I guess in your email or however they communicated with you. Do you remember what day of the week it was that you got that job offer?
It was Friday, that day only when I told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last week, Friday.
Excellent. So I'm just looking at your information here for the program. And so that means you would have been it looks like right at going through October, November, December, January. So about 4 months in the program and from start to finish really joining. And I know you had experience before coming in, but taking that experience and converting that over and following the process, basically able to accomplish that in right around 100, 120 days right in there. So that's exceptional to be able to move at that pace. And I'm sure it all comes up really quickly. Like we talk to a lot of members and they're excited because they see some of the testimonials and they're like, wow, this can all happen so fast and it happens in a short period of time. And then when it's really happening, it sneaks up on you pretty quickly. And I know that it can even be overwhelming that people are being reached out to by recruiters or they're being asked to come interview and they have this imposter syndrome where they're like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not the person who's supposed to be on these interviews. But really quickly you find that if you lean into that challenge, you overcome it and you end up where you are today. So that is really impressive. So you mentioned that you've got your resume and everything's aligning. And can you talk a little bit about what you did to prepare your resume and what you did to prepare your LinkedIn profile? Like, do you feel like that's what was making the difference for you to get noticed? Because I think we have to keep in mind that we sort of get to congratulate you and say like, wow, what an amazing job. And there's still a lot of people out there struggling to land their first job or even to get an interview or any traction at all. And they just feel lost. Like they get a certification and then everything seems to come to a standstill. And it's like, okay, I'm working on my 2nd or 3rd or 5th certification and no one is reaching out to me about job opportunities. What do you think gave you that edge to where recruiters were reaching out to you and saying, I think I have an opportunity that matches your skills?
Yeah, I think I got an edge from, the vision I had initially. As soon as I cleared my certification, after a week or 2, I got into a project with Talent Stacker. That's when my starting happened and, I updated my LinkedIn with that project and people started noticing my profile. And of course, I had changes a lot of, I had changed my profile immensely with the help of Talent Stacker module, as in I worked a lot on my portfolio, put in my portfolio there in the featured section, then also updated my profile with the about section and everything. And as I saw that as soon as I cleared my certification, a lot of people got connected to me. I was growing my network slowly and gradually. And when I put in my talent stacker project, I got connected to even more people. And I think that's what clicked for me. And recruiters started taking me seriously, and this opportunity came my way.
It's your LinkedIn profile played a big role in learning how to showcase yourself. And I think that's probably one of the most valuable parts of the program. It's really a puzzle, and it's clicking all the pieces together. But it is amazing what the strategy for LinkedIn does, and how you're able to really get the attention of those hiring managers and recruiters. And but the other thing you mentioned quite a bit there was real world experience, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with. And it's this catch 22 of everybody wants me to have experience to get me my first job, but how am I supposed to get experience if no one's going to give me my first job? And it almost seems impossible, and it can be very sort of devastating to individuals who want to have a Salesforce career and they want to move forward, and they just feel stuck and there's really nothing to do. And then obviously, on the YouTube channel, I talk a lot about volunteering, and in the 5-day challenge, we give some basic strategy for finding volunteer projects. And that really is the best way to get real world experience. Now, I think where the career development program levels that up one is we say, you are guaranteed real world experience through this program. And we give you additional strategies for finding these projects on your own. And then we also, as soon as you're certified, we bring you in to a volunteer project. To me, the LinkedIn profile and the real world experience really closed the gap. That's really what took your showcasing your value to the next level. And going from that, sort of working our way backwards a little bit, you're doing these projects, you're getting real world experience, you've got your certification now, and we're talking all in less than 120 days. Like, we're still operating in this. So that's what I talk about when we talk about everyone feeling like, oh my gosh, this happened so fast. And it's like, I want to land a job in 30 days or 60 days or 100 days. But when it's a reality and you realize all the pieces that you're putting together to make it happen, it's incredible what you accomplish in this period of time. So working backwards, I want to talk a little bit about your what you were up to before joining the program. Like, what made you feel that the program was something that could help you push forward, and why did you feel that the program was needed as a next step to allow you to break into the Salesforce space?
So before doing Salesforce, I was a technical writer, and I got my eligibility to work in the US in August 2020 when I started applying for technical writing jobs. But the market was bad there then because of Corona, and also because of my long gap. I had around 4 years of gap in my career. And then my husband, who's a CRM consultant, suggested Salesforce to me. I wasn't sure. I just said no to him. And then as soon as he got me Bradley's 5-day challenge, and I did that challenge, I started doing a little bit of trailhead and modules, and I started enjoying that big time. I mean, I thought that this is what it is. This is what was missing in my life. I want to go ahead with Salesforce, but I would still say that it all started with Talent Stacker Volunteer Project. And initially, it all started with Talent Stacker.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. And I'm glad you guys, you and your husband made that joint decision that this was what was right for your family. And obviously now we're sitting here today talking about, you starting your first Salesforce job, and obviously we know it only goes up from here. So landing this first job, and very soon you'll be making those decisions about whether you want to work from home or be flexible, or, make 6 figures or work part-time or whatever it is that you want to do. And those options are all at your fingertip now because you have broken into the Salesforce space. So that is incredible. And I also want to point out that with the 5-day challenge it's completely free. Like, there is no point where you get charged a penny. No one's asking you for credit card information. And there is a DIY approach to this process. You can try to do this yourself. And in the 5-day challenge, we try to give you everything you need to get started with that approach. But then, of course, we know that what may seem like a big investment up front is really a small drop in the bucket compared to what's going to happen and how quickly we can get you in. And I try to tell people that, you know, even if the Talent Stacker program allows you to land a job even 2 weeks sooner, the paychecks from those 2 weeks are going to completely pay for the entire program. So you don't even have to have incredible expectations for us. You could say, I could do this myself and I'll figure it out. And it might take me 6 months to a year to figure it out. Or I could join the Talent Stacker program and land a job in, 100 days and save myself all that trouble, get a guided path forward. And now all of a sudden I've landed a job even a month sooner, and it pays for itself, plus gives you an additional couple of paychecks in there. So I guess, what would you say to individuals who are, they've seen the program? Because at this point, a lot of people have seen the program. But obviously, compared to the number of people who have joined the program, a lot more have seen it than have joined. And that's normal with any product. But what would you say to those individuals who are still struggling? They might have a certification, but they have no job. They might have 2 certifications, but have no job. They may have no certifications, but don't see the path forward. And they're not sure what to do next to get past this area where they're struggling and sort of getting disheartened. I guess, what would you say to those individuals who are at that point where they're even thinking about, should I try SAP, or should I try Microsoft Dynamics, or maybe I'm just not a tech person? I mean, what would you tell those people?
I would say, I would tell those people that believe in yourself, have a vision, have an approach to what you do, and join the Talent Stacker program without any hesitation. It's going to give you immense knowledge. It's going to take you from a starting point to a point where you'll feel you have come a long way. You have learned so much, whether it be about learning initially how to go about what is the approach, how to do your trailhead modules, or how to clear your certification. And even after, so I know a couple of people who have approached me on LinkedIn who are certified, but then they're not even able to get a volunteer project. So it has been months and months that the people are sitting idle for last 8 or 9 months. So the first benefit you get out of this project is I would say not just one benefit. There are so many benefits from Talent Stacker, but number one, which had clicked to me, was the volunteer project. That is something which makes people believe, make recruiters feel that you are serious about this thing. If you're working on a real-time project, you are certified, then definitely you are there to, grow more. And that's what is required. So program is definitely helpful, and I would let those people know that, without any hesitation, just go for it. And you'll yourself see the change in the change in your approach and your vision, and how, if I can do it, I feel everyone can do it.
I 100% agree. Like, I don't think that's demeaning at all. Like, I feel the same way. If I can do this, anybody can do this, because I'm not like I didn't make amazing grades in school, and I wasn't, a super standout in college or anything like that. This really just is a very flexible environment where you can sort of choose your own path and go your own way. And as long as you don't have to be brilliant, you don't have to be a tech guru, you don't have to have a computer science degree. You just need to be dedicated and focused. And to your point, have your vision in mind for where you want to go with your career, and just be willing to take guidance from people when they're offering it. So I guess with all of that being said, I just want to thank you so much for taking your time out to share your story, to talk to us about what you've been able to accomplish in such an incredibly short amount of time. And I know you're excited. I'm excited for you, and definitely looking forward to seeing where your career goes.
Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you so much. I would say all happened because of you and your program. So that's how I started, and that's how I've reached at this point. If I would not have started that ways, if I would have just got thinking more about technical writing, or may have, because I got a job in grant writing that time, But then I feel glad that I decided to go with Salesforce journey and focus my time and dedication there.